Hey, this is the Entertainment Advice Channel. What I want to talk about today is a topic of, could there ever be a greatest musician of all time? So for this video, I'm going to explain in a simple and straightforward way that question in a way that anyone can understand it. So if you're interested in knowing if there ever could be a greatest musician of all time, as well as learning a lesson from this particular video topic, then watch this video in order to find out. So now I mentioned that, let's get started. So when it comes to answering that question, absolutely yes, there could be a greatest musician of all time. Now, even though of course in this day and age where people say everything is subjective, that's a very controversial point to make, because people may be saying, well, one person might like this person's music, but another person hates that music, and what that person likes, the other person dislikes, and that is true. Okay, people have preferences. Okay, for that matter. Okay, so I'm not gonna get into that, because obviously you have, people enjoy different things. Okay, so yes, it is true. People have different preferences, but at the same time, the truth of the matter is, from an objective perspective, yes, I definitely do believe there could be a greatest musician of all time. Okay, whether you are referring to like a pop star, a rapper, electronic music artist, whatever, there definitely could be a greatest musician of all time. Okay, even potentially greater than people like Michael Jackson. Another one aside from that could obviously be Bobby Brown. Another one aside from Bobby Brown could obviously be, easily, if anything, Tupac, like all that type of stuff. All those extremely good musicians. There's definitely people out there who are better, who could be better than them more like. And the reason why I say that from an objective perspective is it comes down to something that, when it comes to music, that I refer to as technicality. Okay, like when it comes to music, okay, like a song that you can obviously tell that it's radio ready, like something that's literally the quality of something you would hear on the radio, everything from the quality of the lyrics to the quality of the beats, all that type of stuff for that matter. Okay, like how complex the beat is, all that type of stuff. You can obviously tell a difference between something that is of radio quality versus something that is amateurish of quality, like those channels, and you can say yes, they are annoying, that always constantly put their songs in your emails, and they're always saying, hey yo, you want to check out new music? Hey, this is the song I made, and you listen to it, it's like crap. It's not even a case of like preference. Even aside from that part, you can tell by how well it's produced. Like, yes, this is definitely something like amateur, okay, compared to something that you would hear on the radio. So yeah, when it comes to answering the question, when it comes to being able to be a musician, if you're able to make music that is at the level of something you'd hear on the radio, and not just on something you'd hear on the radio, but also something as well, just to add to that as well, okay, that to be quite blunt and honest with you, could be made by that person, that musician, as quickly as possible, then that is a sign that yes, this is the greatest musician of all time. Okay, from a technical perspective, if they can make songs that are on a certain level of complexity, in other words, if they can make a major radio level song, when it comes to quality, in the span of maybe the shortest period of time compared to other people, then from a technical perspective, yes, he is the greatest musician of all time. Okay, if you have an artist, for example, who can maybe make a song literally for every instrument, besides nowadays with things like FL Studio, you can just put down, any idea, when it comes to music, like when it comes to different types of instruments out there, you can put down every instrument and play them one after another and make your own song completely by yourself. Okay, so if there's someone out there who can make, maybe let's just say, a full-blown beat that's radio level quality, when it comes to the complexity of it, like for that matter, in the shortest period of time, maybe he can make a song on average that is of radio level quality in the span of an hour, compared to every other musician at the very fastest can maybe make it in a few hours. Then from a technical perspective, yes, he is a greatest musician of all time. So to answer your question, yes, there definitely could be a greatest musician of all time, okay? When it comes to answering that question, okay? If he can write the lyrics the quickest, if he can make the beat from scratch, the quickest compared to everyone else, from a technical perspective, yes, he is the greatest musician of all time. So to answer your question, yes, there definitely could be, okay? And that's honest truth there for that matter, okay? Specifically, if he's at least able to at least even have a vague understanding of like what music people like he's a big time musician as well, so he doesn't just make random songs that like sound like something a computer would have made, but he makes songs that sound like something a human being would like, produced for obviously the whole the whole world when he makes his music. Like he's one of the biggest musicians. He's one of the most popular musicians in the world. Okay, so at least it sounds human. It sounds like something you would actually like. It doesn't sound like something like a robot would have made, for example. And he's able to, of course, on top of that, from a technical perspective, make music the quickest. Then to answer your question, yes, he is the greatest musician of all time. Whoever that person would be. So to answer your question, in short, if you haven't already gotten it, yes, there definitely could be a greatest musician of all time from a technical perspective. Okay, so yes, there definitely could be, and that is the truth. So anyway, now that we're done talking about that, it's time to get to the message of the video. Okay, the learning lesson from this video, and the learning lesson from this video is that the truth of the matter is that this is why people in life have to learn to listen, to the right things and not listen to the wrong things, okay? The truth of the matter is when it comes to topics like that, okay, there's been so much misinformation being put online. Everything's subjective. One person can't be better than this other person. But the truth of the matter is you have to realize that, yes, objectively, like I gave you evidence for just now, there could be a greatest musician of all time. So in short, don't just believe everything you hear people say online. I know there's been this whole wave of saying everything is subjective, which means there's no such thing as a right or wrong answer for music, which actually, when you're making music for the masses, is definitely incorrect. There is right and wrong answers when it comes to determining, obviously, what the majority of people would like. But even aside from that, the point is, don't just believe everything you hear people say, because a lot of people spread misinformation about entertainment. In this case, of course, music definitely being an example here. That is not true, because the truth of the matter is music is something that there could be a greatest person out there for, okay? Because the truth of the matter is there is objective rules that determine what is good music. And that's the true message of this video. There is objective rules. Not everything is subjective, and up to interpretation, because there are objective rules that determine if something is well made or not. And that's the truth. So anyway, this is my video. This is all I have to say. I hope you enjoyed this video. And just remember, if you like this video, remember to thumb this video up and hit the subscribe button. And that's all I have to say, and simply put them out. So bye.